Morning class. How are you all? Fine. Okay, today we are here to discuss on motivation. What do you understand by motivation? Can any one of you define what is motivation to me?
I think motivation is about changing people.
Okay. Is there any difference between motivation and inspiration?
Yes, ma'am. Inspiration is changing thinking.
Rightly said. Inspiration is changing thinking and motivation is changing people. Many times when I conduct classes, training programs, students or participants, they ask me, "Ma'am, are you a motivator or you inspire us?" I tell them, I can only inspire you, I can't motivate you. The motivation should come from your side. I inspire people, people motivate themselves. So motivation is something which comes from your side. I can only inspire you, but motivation should come from your side. That's what I tell them often in training programs and the personality development classes I conduct. There are different types of motivation. Like if you take, we can see here external motivation and internal motivation. Now you know what exactly is motivation. We have defined motivation. Can you please give me some examples like of motivation, like how they got motivated? Some examples from history we can take or from present we can take. Can any one of you give me a few examples of, yes?
Yeah, ma'am. I talk about Gautam Buddha.
Okay.
He was earlier called as Prince Siddhartha.
Okay.
When he was gone for journey and he has affected from the surrounding, a lot of pains and a lot of hurdles in society.
Okay.
So he has given up his luxurious life and he has gone for search of truth and for salvation. That's it.
Very rightly said. Gautam Buddha, or he was named Siddhartha. Later he became Siddhartha Gautama was his name. Later he became Gautam Buddha, who went for salvation and he attained enlightenment and he spread the peace and truth throughout the world. He became one of the greatest philosophers. He got motivated from the outside world. When he went on a journey, he came across pain, suffering, he saw people dying, and then he thought, what is life? Life is not living in luxury and enjoying pleasure. There is so much in life, and he went in search of truth and he attained enlightenment. He was motivated by the external world. He was motivated by the environment and the society. Can you give me a few more examples?
Vivekananda also motivated by his guru Ramakrishna Paramahamsa.
Very rightly said. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa motivated Vivekananda to become a spiritual leader. He became a monk and he spread about Hinduism in the US of A. He went there and he spoke in the Parliament of Religions there, and the speech, all of us know about his speech. There was fire in his speech, and the whole crowd of the US of A got motivated with his speech. He inspired them and they got motivated. And later the world came to know what India is after his speech. Any more examples from your side before I go on with my examples?
In many of the musical concerts, we do find singers getting motivated from the audience.
Right, very rightly said. When we go to music concerts, we see that audience encouraging the singer or the performer. They encourage him to such an extent that he gets motivated and he sings with all enthusiasm, and you can see that his performance from song to song will be better if there is encouragement from audience. If there is no encouragement from audience, then you can see that the performance will be very dull and the singer also will not be very enthusiastic. But if there is encouragement from audience, you can see that there will be a very good performance coming out from the singer. So, It is the inspiration which leads to motivation. Okay, now coming to this external and internal motivation. Let's talk about external motivation first. External motivation comes from outside. Already we discussed about it. We are all motivated when it comes to either positively or negatively. So when we take the external motivation, we will get motivated either positively or negatively. I am going to tell you a story. We all love to listen to stories. Story of two brothers. One brother was a drug addict, a drunk, and constantly and frequently he beat his family up. The other brother, a respectful businessman in the society, his family loved him, his friends loved him, society loved him. Some people wanted to find out why the brothers, coming from the same set of parents, brought up in the same environment, could be so different. So few of them went to the first brother and they asked him, how come you do what you do? Why you are a drug addict? Why you are doing all these things, like you beat your family up, you have no respect in the society? Who motivated you to become like this, or what motivated you to become like this? Immediately pat came the answer, my father. They said, your father? How come? My father was a drunk, he was a drug addict, he constantly beat his family up. And I took the inspiration from my father, and I am what I am today, it's because of my father. Then the same set of people went to the second brother and they asked him the same questions. How come you are doing everything right? How come you are respected in the society and your family loves you, you love your family? What motivates you, or who motivated you to be like this? Pat came the reply, my father. They were shocked. They said, your father? How can your father motivate you? Your father was a drunk, he was a drug addict. According to your other brother, he motivated him to become bad. How come he motivated you to become good? Then he said, I'm sorry my friends, because my father was like that, I decided that day when in my childhood that I'm never going to be like my father. He motivated me to become a good person. So both of them took inspiration and motivation from their father. One got motivated in a positive way, one got motivated in a negative way. So this is what is called as the external motivation. His father externally motivated them to become positive and negative. The same father, the same house, brothers living under the same roof, the same environment, one got motivated positively, one got motivated negatively. So these are the things you should avoid in public. Try to practice good positive gestures. It will definitely help you in a crucial and a critical situation, but please avoid negative gestures, which will, like one more example I will give you. When we go to restaurants, there if we want to call the waiter, we will say, that's a very bad thing, you know, that shows that you are too superior and he is too inferior. You can always look at him, and when the eye contact is there, you can always nod your head, he will definitely come to you. That is more polite than calling him with a click or like this or with a clap. So you have to avoid certain things. It will definitely help you improve your personality. Any organization or any company, it's like a family or it's like a body. Even one organ is missing, then you will know what it is. Like if a hand is missing, then you'll know the importance of hand. If eye is missing, you'll know the importance of eye. So it's like everyone and every person is important. No one is less or no one is more. We are all important and we are all doing different jobs in this particular world. Every job is equally important. So please practice positive gestures and develop a good personality in life, and avoid negative gestures and showing superiority. Superiority doesn't come with position, it comes with humbleness. You become superior if you are really humble towards people. They will definitely treat you above, a level above. So it should come from that side, not from this side. Thank you. We discussed about internal motivation and external motivation. Let us see demotivating factors right now. There are many demotivating factors, but I have listed around 10 factors over here which are really important and which really demotivate a person. Let's see what are the factors. Number one is unfair criticism. If someone's criticizing you for no reason every time, you get really demotivated. Then negative criticism, every time they say negative about you, they never talk about the positives of you but only negatives of you, then you get really demotivated. Rewarding a non-performer, you perform but the reward goes to a non-performer and the reward should come to you but it's gone to someone else, that becomes a demotivating factor. Then failure or fear of failure. Every time you think of failure, if I fail, what will happen? If I fail, then maybe something really goes wrong. Failure is not measured like how you go up. It is failure is something like when you fall down, how you can bounce back every time. That is what is called as success, not how you fail. Failure is not the end of the game, like it is just the beginning. It should really motivate you to go further. So, never fear for failure. Success which leads to complacency or complacence. What is complacence? Can anyone tell me what is complacence? Yes.
It is the carelessness after winning. It is arrogancy. Rather.
Yes, it is like you are so satisfied you don't want to try anymore. You are so satisfied with it that you don't want to try any more harder in life. You are very happy with what you have. So, there is no motivation to lead your life further. That is complacence. Success which leads to complacence. Success should never lead to complacence or complacency. It should motivate you to go further. Okay? Lack of direction in life. You don't know where you're going. You don't have any direction in life. You don't know where you're going. It's like you want to go to, let's say, Visakhapatnam, from here to Hyderabad to Visakhapatnam. You just go directionless. You go to railway station and you go to any platform you like. You board any train you like and you go directionless. It's not like that, is it? We need to buy a ticket. We need to know which train to board. We need to know the timings of the train and we need to go to the right platform, board the right train, then only it will take you to your destination. You can't just go directionless. If you go directionless, you will go end up somewhere. So, life should always have some direction. Low self-esteem. There is no self-respect. You don't respect yourself, then how do you expect others to respect you? So, you should always have that urge to have, and always you should say, I am somebody. You should never feel I am nobody. You are somebody in life. And unfair treatment. You know, someone treats you really unfair. Like for example, usually this happens in schools, Indian schools, mostly it happens. Like the first rankers are treated fair and the last rankers are always treated unfair. So, it becomes a real demotivating factor. Even if he wants to do something, he will think, anyways, I am treated like that. So, why should I perform? It becomes a real demotivating factor. Then hypocrisy. All of us know what is hypocrisy. Doing something, saying something and doing something. A negative self-talk. All the time you talk negative about yourself. Negative auto-suggestions. I can't, I'm not beautiful, I'm not handsome, I don't have that, I don't have this. So, never do that negative self-talk. You are demotivating yourself by doing so. So, there are many factors, but we are only saying these top 10 factors which demotivates a person. So, never get demotivated and never think low of yourself and don't give negative auto suggestions, always give positive auto suggestions that will become a motivating factor to your life, right? We have seen demotivating factors. Let's see the 6 important motivating factors. The first factor is give recognition. When a work is done, when a work is performed or something is done, you have to give recognition. Give respect. Nothing like rich, poor, beautiful, ugly, but everyone should get their respect. So, it is learn to give respect. Make work interesting. Otherwise, it will become a real demotivating factor for them. Every now and then you have to make the work really interesting. Be a good listener. When they say something, be a good listener and listen to what they are trying to tell you. Don't cut them or button and don't stop them when they are speaking. That becomes a real demotivating factor there for them, and they will not try to convey or they will not try to express what they want to express in future to you. And once it becomes a demotivating factor, maybe you will be at loss in future. And throw a challenge. Always a challenge works better. Like this is child's psychology, we can say, you know, right from our childhood, like we all work when a challenge is thrown to us. If our parents tell us that you can't do it, we will try and do that. If they say don't do that, we will do that. So always a challenge works better, even for grown up. So if you challenge them, they will definitely do the job in a better way. Help, but don't do for others what they should do for themselves. You can definitely help them, guide them, inspire them, but it is that they should get motivated and they should do what they should do for themselves. You should not do what they are supposed to do for themselves. So these are the 6 motivating factors. So before I wind this session up, I would like to know whether I inspired you or motivated you.
Inspired us.
Okay. Are you motivated?
We are also motivated towards our work.
Okay.
What we have to do in our future towards our work.
So there is a lot of difference between inspiration and motivation. Thanks once again.